Hi, my name is Christina May. We reside at 111 Gandalf Court in the Shire plan. I'm here tonight regarding the broken storm sewer on Aragon Place that we've all known about for, I've known about it for at least 2 years. I think all of you have known about it for at least that long. Mark, our neighbor that lives on Aragon, had called actually 5 years ago when his yard started sinking. With the massive amount of rains that we're having, we've had extensive flooding. I sent everyone a video. Did you all receive that? Mr. Makel, did you receive the video?
What was the email address you sent it to?
No.
What email? To Dennis at Makel@associates.com?
Yes.
When did you send it?
The woman at the secretary, when I was here about a week or two ago. Yeah, you were meeting about Tuscany, and she gave me everyone's email address at the front desk. And
I did not get that one. I'll be frank, I didn't get it.
Okay. Did everyone else receive it?
Yes.
And I'm wondering why not one of you responded. I didn't get a single reply back.
I talked to you shortly after I watched it, that's why I didn't
But why did no one respond when they
That
saw
I
it?
can't say, but I saw you up at the Shire afterwards, so I didn't.
Yes, but you didn't tell me you were coming. I sort of crashed your party with the neighbors up on Aragon because I wanted to know what was happening. So TJ came out on April 21st with a full easement agreement drawn up and a survey that we did not know the plan, we did not agree with the plan. So I wanna know who paid for those services through Bankson. Is that the township paying for that? Were they billed for that time that was spent on that? Because we never approved that. And then you said you'd come back with an alternate plan. No one contacted us. This is since April 21st. We're now 2 months out. The only reason I knew now there was an alternate plan is because when my neighbor called and said, hey, look, there's a meeting up on Aragon. You might want to come up here considering all the flooding you've had. And that's when I came up. So, answers. A, why no one responded to you saw the amount of water. It is massive amounts of water with the rain we've had. No one reached out to me. I had to crash a meeting on someone else's property to get any kind of answers. Who paid for those easement agreements and surveys that were drawn up? Who was billed for that?
There's no easement agreements that have been made.
Oh, yes, there was. We
Yeah,
just
there
didn't sign it. Oh, yes, there was. We saw it. I have a copy. Mark has a copy. Mark
Just the
John.
meeting when you met.
It was on the 21st of
Yeah, his
April.
wife or
After the
husband.
Tuscany meeting, we went up to talk to the.
Did you see him before, TJ?
Yeah.
On the 21st of April, but not after that.
I'm not sure of the date, but.
And I would send emails, and I hear crickets. I don't get a response from anybody. Now, the amount of damage we have, and of course, people have seen that. We paid thousands of dollars to have our yard excavated and graded, as we know when I paid all the money for the permits a year ago. Who's gonna pay now to repair all of that? I'm assuming it's gonna be the township. Our driveway's undermined, it was asphalt with the massive amount of water that's under it, and most of our landscape in that area has washed out. So, do I pay my vendors to redo all this and send the township a bill? Or are you gonna send people in to do these repairs at the end of this?
We'll have to take a look at the situation. I haven't seen any pictures, I don't know. When you say the asphalt was undermined, what do you mean? I don't need, you can just, I'll give you my card, not right now. We can look at this asphalt.
Well, I want you to see the amount of water coming down here, because you didn't get the video.
I didn't get the video.
No, okay, so everyone else did, and again, it's massive amounts.
Yeah.
So asphalt is
She's not
going to
finished
crack on
her
the
person.
surface, but the biggest thing is, when asphalt is exposed to massive amounts of water, and we're having our company come out to make an evaluation, prolonged exposure to water can erode the foundation beneath the asphalt surface, known as a subbase. This weakens the driveway's structural support, leading to potential failure. Leading to potential
no,
failure.
she's friends with
So,
Yahoo.
even though we can't see all of the damage on the surface, we've got damage lying underneath from this water damage. Now, in the wintertime, because this was paved last fall, it freezes over with ice, and I fell, and I had a broken toe, so now I was injured as well as a result of this. So, when is this gonna be fixed? Who's gonna pay for the damage? I'm not asking for damage for medical bills, but I'm asking for damage to the property.
You can submit a quote, and we'll take a look at it and go from there.
Okay, but when is the problem gonna be fixed? Because until it's fixed, I
I
really
think
can't
what they're
address
trying to
this.
do is, I think the board's trying to get the problems solved shortly. I mean, they looked at the options,
Okay, but,
and they looked at the options, they see the best option for the township that precludes water going on the property, okay? They're looking at various options right now.
Okay, but they've been doing this for 5 years. Like, at what point do we make a decision?
Well, I don't recall that for 5 years.
No.
Mark Turon, our neighbor, will be happy to come down and talk to all of you. He
But-
filed complaints with the township 5 years ago, and I was aware of it.
I wasn't here 5 years ago.
2 years ago you were.
2022 I was.
And
But I
they-
don't recall of the issue about the stormwater wasn't part of my.
Oh, yes, it was.
Made aware of.
Yes, it was. They took cameras down there to find out what the problem was.
Ms. May, we'll look at, provide the township with something in terms of a quote and take it from there.
But I can't get it fixed until the
We need
sewer's
to tell you
fixed.
when we're gonna resolve the problem.
Yes, we need to, so I can't even fix my damage
We
until I
looked
know
at
it's gonna
4
be
different
fixed.
rotting tentative solutions to.
But what's
a
happened
week
even
ago.
since last week? Anything?
We're
Is
looking
any?
at people that we may have to get easements from, et cetera, it's all.
And I'm one of
in
them.
motion. Absolutely,
And I'm happy to give that.
there you go.
You know, she may not be money off.
Yeah, they might wanna try to pump it uphill, which seems,
No.
not
No.
pumping it, but going in a way that goes up Hobbit Lane. That was what you told me, unless that's
Right.
not true.
It's going to a culvert that's uphill, but the drain's still going down this way. It's
Okay,
not
that's
water-
fine.
It's not
But,
water
but at
going
what
uphill.
point do we finally make a decision? That's my question.
Hopefully we'd have an answer in the next 2 weeks.
TJ is begging to speak, I think.
Go ahead, TJ.
Go ahead, I'll let you finish your thought.
No, I mean, we met with the people last week, this week, in case we have to go to the affirmative route. The only thing I thought we should make, we didn't jump on it last year, we probably should have been a lot cheaper when there's a plan.
Absolutely.
But that being said, he's in the process, he talked to some people today, so we need a couple weeks to come up with some alternatives, and we'll be the first one to bring that easement paper up for you to sign.
Okay, my other question is, was the township billed for the previous easement and survey? Cause I see a bill for $51,000 on the paperwork from today that it banks and billed the township from
Okay.
April to May, and that would have been the time that was done.
It wasn't 51,000, there's
No.
also,
What's on that paper?
no, I'm saying
That's
that.
a
it
few
had-
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
it's
that's-
part of that fee, no, that's certainly
Yeah.
not for that.
But he-
But even if it's $1,000, like, why are we paying for things that was never, like, why was all that work done without an approval?
We approved banks and engineers
So,
to.
Go ahead, TJ.
so sitting here listening, I have jotted down a couple things that I hear as concerns. The first being that you haven't really received any responses to your emails. So to that point, I would say, when you have been sending me the videos and the photos, I've been fairly prompt in replying
You have
to
been, there was a
you
few times, but you've been the only one.
with some updates. And the most recent one was last week when you sent it to everybody. And I did have a conversation with you face to face out there and gave you an update on
You did, and I
where things,
appreciated that.
where things were and what was happening here at the township to try to resolve the problem. So I guess that would be my response to that first concern of yours. The second concern that I heard was who's paying for banks and services as part of this. And to that, I would say that the Union Township Board of Supervisors authorized banks and engineers to survey and come up with a design that solves this storm sewer problem on multiple properties, your property and your neighbor's property as well. And that time and expense from our office to assist the township with that effort is being paid by the township. That's not being charged to.
Oh, no, and it shouldn't be. And I understand the charges for the design aspect, but to pay to draw an easement up as well, and no one agreed to that easement, why was that prematurely done at an
Well,
expense to the township?
Any time, in my experience, Dennis, correct me if I'm wrong, but any time that you're designing a utility project that requires construction outside of the public road right away, you need to obtain private easement, to be able to proceed with that
I
construction.
understand that, but why would you do it without the people agreeing, like, you didn't do it up the street?
So the oftentimes